Have you ever noticed how some of the most intelligent people prefer to spend time alone? They are not antisocial nor incapable of connecting with others. Instead, they have realized something most people avoid confronting. Solitude is not loneliness, it is freedom. Arthur Schopenhauer, one of history's most profound philosophers, understood this truth deeply. He chose solitude over society, and from that choice came insights about intelligence, creativity, and humanature that remain unsettling even today. What makes Schopenhauer's perspective so striking is that he did not withdraw from life out of bitterness or isolation. He stepped back because he could see through the illusions that bind most people to conformity and social validation. For him, solitude was the condition for true independence of thought. This idea is uncomfortable because it suggests that those who embrace solitude are not fleeing from life but running toward intelligence itself. The price of group thinking. Schopenhauer observed that intelligent people often seek solitude because they recognize that group dynamics inevitably dilute independent thought. In a crowd, or even in a conversation with one other person, the mind is divided. One part attends to ideas, while another part monitors impressions, avoids conflict, and seeks approval. The result is diminished creativity and shallower thinking. Most people never realize how little of their thinking is truly their own. Their values, opinions, and even emotions are shaped by cultural norms, media, and social expectations. By contrast, the solitary thinker preserves direct access to their own mind. They discover that their deepest insights arise not from social brainstorming, but from sustained, uninterrupted reflection. To them, the cost of belonging, the intellectual conformity required for group acceptance, is simply too high. Alone without loneliness. Another of Schopenhauer's insights is the art of being alone without being lonely. Many people fear solitude because, lacking an inner life, they feel bored, anxious, or empty when alone. Their sense of meaning depends on external validation and constant stimulation. The solitary individual, however, has cultivated inner richness. They read deeply, think systematically, and explore the vast terrain of imagination and philosophy. Their mind becomes a world of fascination and creativity, rendering solitude not a punishment but a luxury. For them, being alone is not deprivation but fullness, the chance to converse with great minds through books, to wrestle with profound questions, and to pursue projects born from genuine passion rather than obligation. This ability to enjoy solitude makes such individuals appear mysterious, even threatening, to those who cannot imagine life without constant distraction. Intellectual independence. Schopenhauer also argued that solitude enables intellectual independence, the courage to think thoughts no one else has dared to think. Most breakthroughs in science, art, and philosophy emerge not from group collaboration, but from individuals who spent long stretches of time alone, pursuing unconventional ideas. In solitude, one can follow curiosity into strange or impractical directions beyond the boundaries of group consensus. Newton, Einstein, Darwin, and Schopenhauer himself all produced their greatest work in isolation. The solitary thinker understands that their best contributions will arise not from constant social interaction, but from ideas cultivated in private. This independence requires courage, since it means exploring uncharted intellectual territory without the comfort of external validation. But it is precisely this willingness to go deeper that generates originality. Protecting mental energy. Another reason intelligent people prize solitude is what Schopenhauer described as the economics of attention. Social interaction is costly, not only in time but in mental energy. Every conversation demands processing information, managing emotions, and navigating subtle social dynamics. For someone devoted to thought and creation, this expenditure can drain the energy needed for serious work. Thus, the solitary individual carefully guards their mental bandwidth. They may keep a few meaningful relationships but avoid unnecessary socializing, networking, or obligations that sap focus. Schopenhauer himself structured his life around this principle. taking long solitary walks and reserving his energy for philosophical inquiry. Far from being cold, this discipline reflects a strategic prioritization: depth over breadth, quality over quantity, originality over popularity. Philosophical vision. Finally, Schopenhauer believed solitude grants what he called philosophical vision, the ability to perceive patterns and truths invisible to those immersed in daily social drama. Stepping back from constant engagement reveals how much of human behavior is driven by illusion, fear, and unconscious desire. The solitary thinker, observing rather than conforming, sees social rituals for what they are: repetitive performances masking deeper psychological needs. This clarity can feel isolating, since it becomes difficult to participate uncritically in conventions that appear trivial. Yet it also provides authenticity, freeing one from the tyranny of appearances. Such individuals may seem detached, but their withdrawal is not rejection of humanity. Instead, it is a conscious choice to engage with society from a place of depth, authenticity, and independent perspective. Solitude as strength. Schopenhauer's ultimate insight is that solitude is not an escape from the world, but preparation for it. The solitary person does not abandon human connection. Rather, they cultivate within themselves something meaningful to bring back when they do engage: wisdom, originality, clarity, and creative vision. To the social majority, such independence can seem intimidating. A person content in solitude is immune to manipulation, no longer dependent on the endless cycle of validation that sustains most social structures. Their quiet strength exposes others' dependence on distraction and conformity. This is why Schopenhauer found them terrifyingly intelligent. Their solitude is not emptiness, but a radical form of freedom. It equips them to contribute more profoundly to humanity, not by echoing common thought, but by offering insights that can only arise in silence. So the next time you meet someone who seems fully at ease in solitude, remember Schopenhauer's warning. You may be in the presence of someone who has cultivated a rare form of intelligence, one that emerges only when the mind is free from the noise of others. They are not fleeing from connection, but moving toward the highest possibilities of human thought. They have discovered that true genius begins when you are unafraid to be alone,